my mic. There we go. Now my mic is fine. Oh my god. Excuse me, I just gotta get this all out. Holy shit. Well, hello everyone. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're doing a little bit better than me. I am so tired. Ugh. But I'm still here. We are going to be working on... Oh god, my brain just stopped. Sorry, guys. Banana! Hey, hun, how are you? What have you been up to? Alright, where did I put that layer, actually? Oh, there it is. Ah, that's right, because down here's the original sketch. Okay. Punk Clown! Yeah! Punk Clown! Hold on, actually, I have. There we go. There's my lighting. You've been banana-ing? Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I finally put some effects to keys. So now I have this, and I have this. We're just gonna go with this one for now. Oh my god, you've been having a good day, Banana? Let me find a video. We're gonna watch some weird food videos while we work on this piece. So this is the devil food design that I did. I really like how it came out. I like the elegant look of it. I did the line art in Procreate on a very slow day at work, so then I just uploaded it to my computer. So we're just gonna focus on the coloring today. I tend to find that goes a little bit faster.
Grab the blue cheese.
Oh my god, that was loud. Jesus Christ. Grab the blue cheese. Where is my video producer? There we go. You got a new Discord do you? Let me look at it. I don't think I've seen it. Let me find you really quick. Oh, wake up, cloud. What is that? Oh, it's like a old scuba diver with a harpoon. That's cool. Took me a moment to realize what it was and to remember what the word was. My god, I'm sleepy. All right. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. I forget. Did they, like, automatically start ads again? Increase ad revenue share. Affiliates can now earn the new 55% ad revenue split. Ooh, that is tempting, I'll admit it. But no. No, no, no. Okay. Back to my home. Back to finding a video. Back to falling asleep right in my chair. It's Captain Cutler. The person who made it is in my bio. I want it in the Marble Run art stream. That's so cool. Oh, wait a second. I just noticed something with my mouth. Hold on. If you can see anything, ignore it. If you can see anything, no you can't. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Where is that fucking thing? My mouth is kind of moving a little bit weird. Microphone settings, use microphone. Yeah, that's the one. And what I want is over here in my figuration, I want... Actually, it should actually be already set up, but let me just double check. Mouth, yeah, voice frequency plus mouth smile. Mouth open. Mouth open. Aha! Okay, yeah. So that's mouth smile. I actually need this on mouth open. It's voice frequency plus mouth open is what I need for that. Yeah, there we go. I knew something was weird. I knew something was weird. There we go. Okay. For you people who use VTube Studio, if you're ever wondering why maybe sometimes your mouth doesn't quite have as much movement as you would like, there is an option in your parameters, and you go to mouth open, and normally it will have it automatically set to the input being mouth open and the output being parameter mouth open Y2. If you want, change that to, instead of having mouth open, do voice volume plus mouth open. Not only will it then take into consideration like the actual movement of your lips on camera, but it'll also listen, it'll also take into consideration the audio it's picking up from your mic. So even if like your head's turned to the side and therefore your camera isn't like picking up the best mouth movement that it could, it can still register that you're talking, so it will still like make your mouth move. It's just, I like to have it. I find it easier. So, can I finally get that fucking video up so we can get started? Oh my god. I'm so tired. I'm so sorry. It's been a long couple of days at the job. I tell you what. And I also have like, it was a long weekend, guys. So it works on both visual and auditory factor. Yeah, exactly that. And like, I don't know if you can tell, but my mouth has more movement now than it did like a moment ago. Like, especially if I have my head turned like this. Like, at this position, the camera can't really get a good, clear view of my mouth. But because it's also using my microphone, it can technically pick up that, oh, hey, the mouth should be moving. So it fucking moves my mouth. Yeah. Oh my god! Is that Soot and Charles? Hey guys! I'm not really here because I have to mow the lawn, so I'm lurking. Have a great stream. Thank you, Nightbug! Thank you, Snacklebox Circus! Oh my god! You guys doing anything? What's up? I'm gonna like put on some food videos if you guys want to like hang out or anything, or if you guys are gonna go, that's also fine. Oh shit, I forgot I boiled water for coffee. Oh my god, I am all over the place today. Started this stream 7 minutes ago and I have yet to be able to even pull up one goddamn food video. Just been over here losing my mind. Okay, you have the video, Confetti. You have the fucking video. You just need to do a video capture, dumbass. Get it together. Get it together, clown. Would it actually be window capture or video capture now that I think about it? Oh no, that's display capture. We finished. Oh, by the way, how was Ashen? I never asked. Was it any good? Browser source? Huh? I guess it's just window capture. I guess it's just window capture. Ashen's good. Good! Oh, I'm capturing Clip Studio Paint with that. Whoopsie doodle. The girls were mean to me. Well, okay, but you like that though. Oh God. I think I need another window capture, not a display capture. Oh shit. Actually, does game capture YouTube videos? She asked, having no fucking idea, even though she's done this for quite a while. Game capture. No. Nice, nice. Proud of you too. I guess we'll just do this one. It took it all the way up front, didn't it? Oh no. Yeah, dude, come here. You're going all the way to the back where you belong. I need, there we go. Who really created the buffalo wing? I need to know. Let me just whoop. And whoop. There we go. Now we can all see. I'm just gonna shrink that. Okay, there we go. Now we're working. I'm gonna put this down here, actually. I saw this video and I started watching and I was like, I should save this for stream. I should share this information. I also love buffalo sauce. Chat, I am a slut for buffalo chicken. In fact, I should honestly have a shirt for a costume for this model that says buffalo chicken slut. Maybe we can watch Hugbee's weird deaths after this? That sounds remarkably familiar.
And the celery sticks.
Holy
It's
shit.
time for another hot one. It's spicy. It's small. It has a mysterious past. It's like the El Chapo of American cuisine. And while its name may bring about visions of flying bison, its burning
Buffalo chicken
flavor
is
can
so
wipe away
good.
all thought and send even the brawniest among us
So
reeling.
good.
Is there a toilet nearby quickly? Do you mind? I've got to go for a piss. Is it nearby?
So, today on Weird History Food, join us as we crank up the heat with the history of buffalo wings.
It took me forever to realize that buffalo wings actually is like
But
a
before we get
vinegar-based
started, be sure to subscribe to the
sauce.
Weird
I had
History
no
Food
idea.
channel. And let us know in the comments below what other bar food staples you would like to hear about.
Let's see
All
here.
right, keep some dairy handy. Things are about to heat up.
Ooh, Hito. That was me after trying buffalo
While the
wings
true
the first time.
origins of the buffalo wing remain under dispute, there is no doubt about where it came from.
Delicious.
Buffalo, New York, the city of good neighbors. But depending on who you talk to, one of two restaurants was the first to start setting mouths deliciously aflame. For years, the going national belief was that
I
Sicily-born
see.
Teresa Bellissimo invented the buffalo wing in 1964.
Oh,
She
that's
and
a
her
history
husband
of
Frank,
colors.
no
Cool.
relation to the hot sauce, opened their buffalo-based Anchor Bar in 1935. Over the following decades, the business grew into a bustling family operation, and their son, Dominic, eventually worked there as a bartender. If you open a family restaurant, you have to have at least one son named Dominic
You
who works
have
there.
to. At least one.
Time with his family can never be a real man.
Legend has it that one fateful Friday in March, a group of Roman Catholic regulars eagerly awaited the stroke of midnight so that they could indulge in something a bit more savory after abstaining from meat on that Friday in Lent. While the bar kept chicken wings on hand for making broth, these customers were too meat-starved for mere soup.
Please, sir.
Please, sir.
Want some more?
A little bit
So
more.
Dominic, who was working the bar at the time, asked his mother to fix these regulars up something special. Teresa decided to flex her creativity and try something entirely new. She deep
I didn't know it
fried the
did
wings
that.
and whipped up a special secret cayenne pepper-based sauce for them. And voila! American bar food was changed in an instant, from pit stops of desperation to something you actually order on purpose. To this day, the Anchor Bar, which has grown into a national chain, holds firm to their claim of having created the world's first buffalo wings. They attribute it all to Teresa's innovation, and they assert that their wings are not only the first in the world, but also the best. But like with any good idea, not everyone
Bold
is in agreement
claim.
over who came up with it. Meet John
They should
Young.
let me try them.
On Buffalo's east side, Young had a restaurant called Wings and Things. There, Young served
Okay,
up
that
wings
is actually a
covered
really
in
good
his
name,
now
though.
famous
Wings
mumbo
and
sauce.
things.
The sauce is spicy, tangy, and orange red, and it comes from similar recipes that were first developed in Chicago and later made into a Washington, D.C. staple. Young, who passed away in 1998, claimed that his mumbo wings predated Bellissimo's recipe by 3 whole years, maybe more. He also argued that he'd been selling them by the thousands as early as 1961, and that by 1962 he was selling over
hello?
5,000 pounds of chicken wings each and
Oh
every
shit,
year.
I fucked that up.
That's a lot of bird appendages.
That's a lot
to
of
add insult to
bird.
injury,
Billy,
Young even said that
hi,
Frank
hi.
Bellissimo himself was a regular wing-loving customer.
Oh, Jesus
insinuating
Christ.
that Frank stole Young's hot wings idea for
Hello?
himself. Talk about spicy goss. After the Buffalo race
Maisie!
riots in 1967,
Welcome
Young
in,
shut down
Raiders.
his
Welcome
business and left
in.
town
Happy
for
Clown
Illinois,
Week. Oh my
stating
god.
he didn't learn that someone else was claiming to
Puka,
have invented the
hi,
buffalo
honey.
wing until years
Hold on one
later.
second.
So
Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I wasn't expecting so many people all of a sudden. I'm Confetti the Clown. How are you all doing? Billy, Maisie, what were you guys playing? Oh, wait, holy, that was 3 raids. Oh, wait, did you come in on a raid? Puka, you raided me, and Billy was with you. Okay. Puka, thank you for the raid. Oh, I see. I gave Billy the credit for your raid. I'm so sorry, Puka. He's sneaky like that, though. You notice that he didn't correct me at all. He's like, yeah, I totally raided you. I deserve it, though. Oh my god. Well, Puka and Maisie, what were you guys doing? He does. Puka, no, don't give him a more inflated ego than he already has. Oh, what did I do with my lasso tool? There it is. Fucking lost it. Oh, if I had been smart, I would have fucking made this symmetrical, but I didn't. I didn't. Playing some Rockin' Stone. Oh, Rockin' Stone, brother! Let's fucking go! Rockin' Stone! Fucking love that game. Do I still have it installed? I think I do. I never uninstall it. I won't play it for months, but I never take it off my computer. And I normally do. If I haven't played a game for several months, I just don't fucking, I uninstall that shit. But never with that one. Never with Deep Rock Galactic. It's like 3 gigs, so it's not a... Yeah. I know. But like, I don't... Look, sometimes I crave the mines, okay? And I never know when the craving for the mine is going to come. So I just always keep it there. Because you never know. You never know. You should rock and stone with us next time. I would love to do that, actually. I love me some rock and stone. Okay, I've actually made this harder on myself than I needed to. Hold on one second. Deselect everything, please and thank you. Okay, there we go. Oh, Christ on a cracker, clown. You just had to make it hard. No, I don't want to use the symmetry tool. I don't want to make things easier on myself. I want to make things hard. There we go. God damn it. Which outfit are you working on? So this is the Devil Food Cake outfit. It was the other more thematic outfit for Candy Queen Charles costume contest. Lots of reds, lots of browns. Hold on. My main sketch is still here. Let me just... Whoop. So I've got a ruby strawberry pendant up here at the top, and down here I've got another ruby strawberry I don't know, it's not a brooch, but it's like a clasp to hold her ribbon. And then down here is a layer of strawberries in the dress. So I'm gonna alternate the different browns, like for the cake and then the frosting, and then I've got a layer of strawberries through. And then her cape will be probably red, I'm thinking. But this is more of like an evil queen kind of vibe. That's the one I'm going for. But yeah, I did the line art in Procreate, and I actually really like how it came out. Normally, I'm a little bit hesitant to do things in Procreate. I find... how to put it? So sometimes I find that Procreate doesn't offer enough, I guess, room or space for what I'm wanting to do. Like, I like to do big projects with a lot of pixels, and it makes it hard. Because Procreate only allows for so many layers once you start really cranking up that pixel density. All right, So, yeah, this is easier. This is easier. Why didn't we do this from the start, clown? There we go. We're just gonna go through and select everything. I forgot that I selected. She doesn't have something there, so. Oh, hello. And then I'm just gonna come on in and fix this all. Do you like my idea of the video? Oh, rock and stone confetti model. That's what you're talking about. That would be very cool. Do you think the dwarfs will let me into the mine, guys? That would be pretty sick, though. That would be a really cool outfit idea. Okay, let's do this. I mean, if you bring mead, then maybe. Oh, fair point. Very fair point. Okay, we got that one, and we got that one, and we got this layer. Okay, now I'm just gonna go through, and with my lasso tool, I'm going to connect as many points as possible. Oh, come here, you. Okay. I just kind of want to connect everything that I can. And if I can't get it here, I'll just go in and do it with the brush manually, but I'm just trying to make things easier on myself. I am glad, though, that I decided to skip the line art part of this process. Like, I spent a lot of time on the line art last time, and I really would have liked to have done more of the coloring. But then I had to actually do the coloring off of stream. It's whatever. I just like coloring. It's just my favorite part. I'm playing Animal Crossing and Timmy and Tommy are so adorable. They are really cute, aren't they? They're just little guys. Oh, I nearly forgot the video.
Some have disputed Young's claim, though. Remember that thing we said earlier about
shit.
good ideas?
Where did it go?
Everyone
There it
wants
is.
to dip their celery in them. For instance, Young's business license for Wings and Things was submitted and processed in 1966, 2 whole years after Anchor Bar started serving their hot wings.
Oh shit.
However, Young, his family, and their loyal customer base have pointed out that this doesn't necessarily prove anything, arguing that Young was selling his wings under a different, potentially unlicensed business name for at least half a decade prior. Still, others further argue against John's claim, citing that John's recipe did not break his wings up into drumettes and wingettes, but rather serve them whole, unbroken, and breaded, making them an entirely different food from the wings sold at Anchor Bar.
Oh my
Regardless
God.
of whose side you take,
The
Buffalo
debate
wings
in
were an
the
immediate
Buffalo
hit, and
Wild
they
Wings
became
community is
commonplace
getting
in establishments
intense.
across the city by the 1970s. In 1977, Buffalo even declared July 29th Chicken Wing Day,
Damn
a holiday
right.
that has since gone national, and one that's worthy of every last leftover 4th of July firework.
Yes!
In 1982, former Buffalonians Jim Disbrow and Scott Lowry were living in Columbus, Ohio. They both craved that spicy, savory taste of home, but they couldn't find buffalo wings anywhere.
I'm craving
So
it
they
right
decided
now,
to
and
start
I'm
a
even
restaurant
from
all their
Buffalo.
own, and to make their hometown's wings themselves. They called their restaurant Buffalo Wild Wings and Weck, or BW3s for short, or maybe even B-Dubs for short, depending
Yeah,
on how
there's the
cool a
B-Dubs.
customer you are. So what the heck is weck?
Oh, wait.
Well,
Oh, wait.
the weck in the name was a reference to beef
Okay,
on
we're
weck,
fine.
a type of roast beef sandwich served on a caraway seed-studded roll. It's allegedly another upstate New York classic,
Okay, we're
but
fine
that
still
one never
so
caught
far.
on quite like the wings.
For a moment there, I
Jim and
forgot
Scott
that
opened
there
their
are
first
certain points of this that are
BW3s
not
right on the Ohio
symmetrical,
State
and I really
University
shouldn't be
campus,
fucking them
and
up.
Brutus Buckeye soon lost his nutty mind over their wings.
His nutty
BW3s
mind.
quickly became associated with football, beer, and wounded taste buds. And they were so successful
Well,
that they
I
would open up
mean-
another 8 locations across the region over the coming decade. In 1992, they officially franchised out, opening up another 30 or so locations over just 2 more years.
There we
And
go.
in 1998, the company would officially drop the weck from its name, making it simply
All right,
Buffalo
let me get
Wild
rid of
Wings
the-
forever after.
Get out of here, you.
Though it may have been the first major wing chain to go big, B-Dubs wasn't the only one to rise to great success during this time. Enter Hooters. In
Oh,
Clearwater,
yeah,
Florida,
Hooters. They
in
do got good
1983,
wings, though.
A group of 6 aggressively confident men with
Make
no prior
all the
restaurant
jokes
experience
you
wanted to
want.
make
They
a
got
restaurant
good
for wing
wings.
lovers, beer lovers, sports lovers, and owl lovers.
Owl lover, yeah.
So they came up
owl
with a name that
lovers.
emphasized what they perceived to
Only
be the
owl
greatest
lovers.
assets of their business model, referencing a Steve Martin bit for inspiration.
And you should only refer to them as Hooters.
And so,
As
the world's
Hooters.
first Hooters restaurant opened up. It was a huge success, and just 1 year later, restaurateur Hugh Connerty joined the
Okay.
Hooters 6 as
If
the
I
company's
did this
first ever
right-
CEO.
If
Under
I did
Connerty's
this
guidance,
right,
they aimed to take the
everything's
enterprise
fine.
international. While Connerty didn't quite stick with the company long enough to make that happen, he did expand Hooters up into Tampa, Atlanta,
Okay,
and elsewhere in the American
so-
Southeast, before leaving the company to become
If
CEO
I did
of
this
Outback
right-
Steakhouse, which notably does not sell hot wings.
Place
That
your
would
bets
be too
now
much
on whether or
thunder
not
for
I
Down
actually
Under.
did.
In 1985, as Hooters gained national name recognition,
Okay, you know what?
the
That's
company
not
launched
bad.
its
I'll
own
take that.
Hooters calendar, a bid that found a new face for the company in Lynn Austin. Austin
I
soon
will
went from
take that
calendar
and I will
model
work
to
with
face
that.
of the company, and she was featured in commercials, magazine advertisements, and even the 1987 television series Hooters Night Owl Theater, featuring comedy sketches and the franchise's famous Hooters Girls. Yeah, Hooters had a TV show.
Really?
Competition must have been stiff.
My
Night Owl Theater,
God.
like the restaurant that inspired it, was a hit. It reached #1 in its time slot and managed to stay on the air for 8 years, which
What?
is longer than
8
most TV shows.
years?
Though the company faced a setback in 1990 when they received a class action lawsuit for discriminating against men, a small $3.75 million
Yeah, you gotta
settlement,
let
and the
the men
promise to
also
get more
get in
guys
there.
into
Men
the
have great
kitchens got
Hooters.
them back on track. In 1997, Hooters would expand outside the walls of the
Sometimes you'd
restaurants.
also just, you
They would
know.
find their way into grocery stores everywhere. They sold Hooters wing sauce, hot sauce, and breading.
I have not
cementing
seen
their
much
place in the
Hooters
history of
stuff
buffalo wings by
at a
bringing the
grocery
good
store.
stuff to consumers right at home.
Sauce sells.
All the while,
Sauce
other companies
sells.
rose to the occasion to provide wings at home too. In
You're
1990,
damn right it does,
McDonald's
lady.
created the Mighty Wing, a menu item that has come and gone like so many Arch Deluxes in the decades since. Additionally, Wingstop opened its first
Okay, I've
restaurant
seen
in
a Wingstop.
1994,
I've never been, but
promising
I've
a
seen
to-go
one.
buffalo wing experience that rivaled its sit-down competitors. And that same year, both Domino's and Little Caesars also added wings to their respective menus. Followed a whole 9 years later by Pizza Hut. The pizza and the chicken wing would prove to be a formidable takeout duo.
It's true. God, it's so true.
By the year 2000, Buffalo Wings had fully left behind their humble
Fucking
upstate New York
ate
origins.
through so much
and had
college
traveled from
on
sea
pizza
to
and buffalo
shining
wings.
sea. What was once considered a cheap
Buffalo beef
throwaway
bacon
chicken
sandwich
part
on
had grown
sourdough
into
bread
an
with Monterey
expensive
Jack
American
cheese and
commodity.
iceberg
On
lettuce.
Super Bowl Sunday
Oh my
alone,
God.
Americans today eat close to 1.5 billion wings. That's a lot of bones. Too bad you can't
That's a
reuse
lot of
them.
bones.
Over the years, thousands of
That's
different
more
flavor
bones than
profiles have
soot
been stirred up
has.
and slathered onto wings by innovators the world over. In just the category of buffalo wing, there are the typical mild, medium, and hot flavors, but there are also recipes that push the boundaries of what humans can handle.
Oh, yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings has their wild sauce, blazing knockout sauce, and their desert heat
I just like
seasoning,
normal buffalo.
While Hooters offers their terribly
If
hot
things get
spicy
too
garlic
hot,
sauce,
then it's
3
no
Mile
good.
Island buffalo sauce, and ghost pepper sauce. Any one of which can make a grown adult cry like an infant. An infant who just ate an incredibly spicy chicken wing.
No!
Wings made up in the
Pussy,
traditional anchor bar
she
style
said.
have also parted ways with
Only
spice
able
entirely,
to eat
and
medium
have branched out
hot,
into sweeter
medium
flavor profiles
buffalo
too,
sauce.
such as barbecue, Hawaiian, and sweet chili.
But
As
no,
more
for
and more
I
hot
don't
wing
know.
recipes have emerged over the years,
If it's
it
too
only makes
spicy,
sense
then
to
it
pit
doesn't
new
taste
recipes
good.
against one another in order to
can't
find out
taste
which
it
ones are the
anymore.
best and which are the hottest. Perhaps most prominent among these competitions is the National Buffalo Wing Festival, a yearly Labor Day weekend event held in Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, fucking pack your bags. We're going to Buffalo, New York.
128 different dipping sauces.
It
Get in the
features
car
dozens
right
of
now.
restaurants
Get in the
from
clown
across
car.
the United States, as each
We're
clamours for
going
the
to
top
Buffalo,
spot
New
in the
York.
festival. Only one is declared the festival
I don't care
favorite,
that the festival's
but the
not
others
going
face
on
off
right
in
now. We're
individual
going to
categories as
Buffalo,
well,
New York.
including traditional medium, traditional barbecue, creative sweet, and X-Hot. Recipe competitions aside, the festival also features contests in 9 separate categories.
Tastes
most of
like
which require
hot. Well,
participants
you're not
to eat as
wrong.
many
It
buffalo
does
wings
taste
as
like
possible
hot.
within a given period of time, like being hazed by bullies who have no imagination. They even have a bobbing for wings competition, wherein
Oh.
contestants dunk their faces into baby pools filled with blue cheese dressing as they try to grab up as many wings as they can, using only their mouths. Did we say blue cheese dressing? We meant spit, sweat, skin flakes, boogers, loose hair, and blue cheese dressing.
Yeah,
To some, it's a
no.
thrilling way to share a bacterial infection.
No,
To others, this might
no,
just be what heaven looks
no.
like. In more recent years, in order to combat the ever-increasing price of chicken wings, many places have begun to offer boneless alternatives. But are boneless wings really
Are boneless wings
or just
really
chicken
that
nuggets with a paint
inexpensive
job?
compared
For
to
most restaurants, it's the
non-bone
latter.
wings?
As many boneless wings are actually just chunks of chicken breast covered in sauce.
Ah,
but
I
honestly,
see.
who cares? The bone just gets in the way anyway. So what do you think? What's your favorite style of hot wing? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.
Let me see here real quick. I want to see what Banana was talking about earlier in terms of like what we were gonna watch next. Ba-da-da-da-da. Hugbee's Weird Deaths. That was the recommendation. Okay. All right, I'll give it a shot. How weird can the deaths be? Weird deaths of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That is an hour-long video. Oh my. I got 2 new... I love extra hot, hot, hot. How do you taste the chicken, though? How do you taste the chicken?
Are you dead?
Fuck, man, I don't know. Maybe. What does it mean to be alive?
No? Okay, great. Are you sure?
Well...
Double check.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Keep watching this video to find out how you might die. There's
Okay.
a Wikipedia article called The List of Unusual Deaths. It's quite long and quite hilarious. Because people died, and that's really funny. I'm going
mean,
to read out
yeah.
a large selection of them I find
Depends.
particularly giggle-worthy in chronological order. Now be warned, this list contains people from all over the world in all sorts of different historical periods with names in a swath of different languages. So if I pronounce someone's name wrong, I want to apologize ahead of time. That's right. I want to apologize that you're such a greasy nerd that you actually care about that sort of thing, because I'll be putting the person's name on the screen for you anyway, so you can look all this info up yourself. But don't do that, because you would be spoiling this video and future videos, and wouldn't you rather just sit and alt-tab on this video and go play your fucking daily quests in Warframe?
Oh no,
Yeah, you
he
would.
knows who we
Thank me
are.
later. Also, for this video specifically,
knows
I'm
what
going to be
we
tackling the
do.
ancient history portion of the list. And historical text from back then.
Slut
and kind of sources
Starshine.
are muddied.
Thank you
So
for the
some of this may
follow.
or may not be true.
I love the
but I don't
name.
care, because they're on Wikipedia, which means that they have to be true.
Oh, a
so
dude?
fuck you,
Okay.
Mrs. Stoudemire, for giving me a C- on my newest history report. Citing Wikipedia is a credible source. Do you think that anyone
It is
can
a
edit
name. I like it.
Wikipedia?
I
That
can't
someone would
judge
just go on the
anything. I
internet
literally
and
just
tell
said that I
lies?
need to have a
I tried
shirt that
specifically
says
for this
Buffalo
one to only
Chicken
pick
Slut
items
on
with
it.
some level of historical evidence behind them, but take it with a grain of salt anyway. And remember that in future videos, the evidence for these tales is
As
going to be a
one
lot
variety of a
stronger.
slut
In
to
the
another,
future, we've
hello?
got cameras everywhere, and you may be able to even watch some of these deaths in real time with some creative Googling. Yay!
Yay!
Let's go! I wear sunglasses indoors, indicating I have a tiny penis.
What?
Draco was a lawmaker back in ancient Greece around 600 BC.
Hell
He was
yeah.
also a giant asshole about his job. He thought punishing relatively smaller crimes like theft and forgery with the death penalty was a great idea.
Oh, no.
He wanted to punish murder and kidnapping with even more severe punishments, but wasn't sure how to punish people any harder than straight up killing them.
Jesus
you know the
Christ.
term draconian to describe any overly severe punishment?
Oh, that's where we got
this
it.
comes from. He was actually pretty dang popular for a bunch of historical reasons that aren't important to this video. But back in the day, it wasn't uncommon to show someone your appreciation in ancient Greece by tossing them gifts of hats, coats, cloaks, and snuggly items. One night, a horde of Draco supporters showed up to see him at a theater
He
and
had
began
supporters?
launching all sorts of wearable charities at him. Perhaps Draco got too enraptured by his newfound crowdsourced textile pile because he ended up smothered under the weight of the absurd amount of gifts
Oh my
and
God, you're
suffocated to
kidding.
death. Perhaps if he had lived through the incident, Draco would have instituted a new no-coat smothering law.
Oh
and
my
a lot
God,
more
that's so
people
funny.
would have wound up on this list for their inevitable cuddle-puddle death penalty. Speaking of old-school lawmen, Charondas was another Greek law dude who lived around the same time. He was a big fan of Greece's assembly, which was a town square but for the male citizens, and they could propose and vote on laws while the female citizens stayed at home to watch the kids or fight off the invading Persians or whatever. One of the
I don't
laws
think
he
they
issued
had
was that
the ability
anyone
to
who
do much,
brought
actually.
weapons into the assembly was to be put to death, which is pretty fair. It's hard to cast a fair vote on whether or not the 7th female phalanx should be given additional spears to hurl at the incoming war elephants when Hippolytes is digging an emerald dagger into your kidneys because his wife is in that regiment, and boy does he want to hurry up and remarry. But the cool
Did
thing
they
about
let women
modern
in the
laws is we
regiments? I
usually
didn't
have
think they
systems
did.
to interpret them and
No,
follow them
no,
to
women
some
weren't in the
degree
army.
of common sense.
Were they?
We usually fuck up a lot and do a terrible job and overcomplicate things, but we try. Charondas didn't give a shit. His word was law. Period. So when he ran into the assembly seeking help in defeating some nearby barbarians, he stopped, tapped his belt, noticed he left his knife attached to it, said, "Aw, fuck," put his knife in his hand, and because he didn't want to break his own law, ended his own life.
Oh my God.
Damn, that was kind of fucking stupid, but also badass. Like me.
Huh.
Okay, let's do a simpler and somehow even goofier one. Arakion was a famous Greek pancratiast.
Oh, I remember this name.
Okay, so in simpler terms, pancration, no idea how to say this, was the ancient Greek form of mixed martial arts. It was like wrestling and combat and kicks and...
In the nude!
You know, you were naked
Yeah.
and focused on punching another man's balls and
Nothing
touching
like
another
just
man. It's
rolling
basically
around in the
MMA. Also,
dirt
why the
all
fuck do all the Greeks have
naked,
the most complicated
trying to
names
beat the
for
shit out of
them
each
and,
other?
like everything. Why can't they have a guy named Steve who died swimming? I know how to say the word swimming. Arakion was mid-match with
Guys,
his
I don't think
opponent
he
in the
knows how to
pancration finals of
say
the
the
Olympic
word
Games,
swimming.
and he was looking pretty fucked because his opponent had him in a mighty chokehold. Trying to teach this punk a lesson, Arakion kicked his opponent in the ankle and hit his opponent so hard that he immediately gave the referee the signal that he forfeited. Counterintuitively, that spelled bad news for Arakion because his opponent gave the pussy out sign while he had Arakion mid-chokehold. That means he broke Arakion's neck in the process doing the maneuver. That's pretty wacky stuff. But our boy Arakion was awarded the victory for the match after he died, meaning he went out a winner. And really, I think that's all he could have asked for. You know, that and not having his neck snapped by a greasy naked man in front of a live studio audience, but a win's a win all the same.
Yeah,
this next
win's
one's
a
a bit
win.
flimsy in terms of whether or not it actually happened, but it involves one of the first true badass strongmen of history, so I'm going to tell it to you anyway.
Okay,
While
tell it to
historical
me.
records pretty much confirm that this next tough guy was a real historical person, we're not entirely sure if some of the spectacular tales about him actually happened. So yes, I am talking about Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm making jokes that are edgy and controversial now. What are you gonna do about it? Give it Reddit gold? Milo was an ancient Greek man who tried to become just like famous Greek hero Hercules, but in real life. This guy was like if Superman, Kenshiro, Popeye, or Arnold Schwarzenegger was a real life person who went around doing shit left and right to show off how insanely ripped he was.
Okay.
He'd stick his fingers out and challenge people to bend them. He'd stand on a grease disc and challenge them to push push him off it. He'd hold a pomegranate in his hands and challenge people to wrestle it away from him. And not only could no one ever do it, but the pomegranate would always come out unscathed, unsquished, and fucking delicious. In fact, one of his most famous and motivational-based stories is how he trained to wrestle in the Olympics. Milo would raise a calf from birth and literally raise it up on his shoulders every single day as he trained. As the calf grew into a bull, Milo would also grow into a bull of a man.
I heard this story, but it was a horse, a foal.
Then, when the Olympics would roll around 4 years later, he would carry the full-grown bull all the way to the stadium on his shoulders, slaughter it as a sacrifice
to Zeus,
yeah,
a bull makes sense because of a sacrifice. Yeah.
Loading. But his big cock walk was to be his undoing. One day, while on a stroll, presumably while looking for some bricks to karate chop the fuck in half, Milo noticed a villager trying to split a stump with the stupid, weak, pussy way of doing it, using a hammer and some wedges. Milo told the man to stand aside as his mighty calloused hand sausages would easily pull apart the stubborn wood. The villager promptly fucked off to get Milo some food as a thank you, but unwittingly committed murder in the process through his generosity. While Milo tried to crack open the wood with his bare hands, his fingers became trapped in the middle as the wedges fell out of the tree in his struggling. While he waited for the villager to return to help him, a pack of wolves showed up and ate him alive. Now, do you believe that story? Well, you shouldn't. Because Milo was way too badass to go down to a pack of wolves like that. Later renditions of the story change into a roving pack of lions who tear him to shreds instead, which is better, I suppose, but knowing how shredded Milo was, I'd wager that what actually happened is he killed every single lion with his mighty kicks, shattered the log with a knee strike, and then went on to become America's 26th president, Theodore Roosevelt. Zeus was a Greek painter who died of laughter because of how wonky his portrait of Aphrodite turned out. The
how wonky was it?
Woman who commissioned it insisted on modeling for it, and while none of his paintings are still around today for us to also laugh at, we can take joy in knowing that he gave the woman the utmost ultimate roast throughout the entirety of human history. Pythagoras is the guy 99% of us know for coming up with that one thankfully easy part of 7th grade geometry. According to a few mostly credible
don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't even remember it.
Being chased by some political enemies who intended to kill the shit out of him. He was quicker than them, and he managed to get away until he ran to the edge of a bean field. Pythagoras hated beans. Really hated beans. No, seriously, this dude hated beans. He even tried to get them prohibited by the government because he thought eating them was the worst fucking thing on the planet.
Oh my God.
He hated beans more than life itself.
A child.
And I'm not exaggerating. As soon as Pythagoras saw the bean field, he immediately stopped running, turned around, and let his attackers kill him.
No,
on one hand,
that's
I want to
not
firmly
real.
applaud Pythagoras for sticking to his principles.
That's
but
not
on the
real.
other hand,
no way.
they're just fucking beans, dude. Oh my God, what a fucking baby. The philosopher Heraclitus has one so good, I'm just going to read the Wikipedia entry verbatim, because there's nothing I can add to it to make it better. Heraclitus was said to have been devoured by dogs after smearing himself with cow manure in an attempt to cure his dropsy.
Huh.
Yep. Aeschylus, who is making me sick of pronouncing Greek names. Thanks a lot, other cultures that didn't write shit down. Anyway, Aeschylus was a Greek playwright who made the mistake of being bald in his old age. He was so bald that he died the same way 70% of all bald men statistically will perish. An eagle dropped a turtle on his head. The person who witnessed his death wrote that the eagle most likely mistook his head for a rock and was trying to smash the turtle's shell to get a nice lunch. But I think we all know what really happened. Because the eagle didn't speak Greek, it was tired of hearing all these confounding names and decided to take matters into its own hands. Empedocles once declared himself a divine being who was no longer mortal, and he thought he could prove this by jumping into an active volcano. He mysteriously died somehow. Now,
I wonder what happened.
We get to talk about someone who isn't Greek. Thank you, Persia, for giving me the story of Mithridates. Mithridates was a Persian soldier who was sentenced to execution for embarrassing the king. That's harsh, but fair. Never look weak in front of your men. Mithridates was to be executed by scaphism?
What is that?
Is that right? The hell is scaphism? Scaphism.
Probably nothing good.
Scaphism, otherwise known as the boats.
The boats?
Oh. Okay, yeah, I had a good feeling this was coming. Let's talk about the ancient Persian execution / torture method known as the boats. If you're sentenced to the boats, like Mithridates, you'll be placed between two hollowed out logs, or boats that will perfectly seal around your body. Your
Oh,
arms
no.
and legs are going to stick out of the sides of the boats like Penny from The Amazing World of Gumball, except your head's going to stick out the top too. You get it, whatever. Then you'll be force-fed milk and honey, which, hey, that's great. Maybe this boat thing ain't so bad, is what someone not wearing 2 boats around their body would say. Because the point of that is to get you to shit yourself. As you shit yourself, you're also going to be doused in the same milk and honey you're being force-fed, all the while being left in the sun, so all of this shit is going to get super rank and super duper sticky. Now, dying of exposure like that is pretty unpleasant and gross, but that's not the point. The point in the boats is to have the flies, insects, larvae, maggots, and potentially hungry old people come to look for you as a tasty snack. Sitting in a wooden diaper of your own shit and having potentially thousands of vermin digging around in your skin until you die? Woo! I didn't think I'd be able to talk about something so arousing this video. Democritus was a philosopher who lived to be 109 years old, which is impressive no matter
Oh, whoops, I
While
muted
he
the
was on
man.
his deathbed, his sister was super pissed and threw a big hissy fit because there was a 3-day religious festival that was coming up and she had some super important religious ceremony or whatever to do. Democritus told her not to worry and to go out and flash her clerical cooter because he had a trick up his sleeve. Democritus
His
had
clerical cooter.
bread. There's no metaphor here.
Bread?
There's no clever wordplay. He had a fresh loaf of bread, and he placed it under his nose. Using just the smells of the Pillsbury Doughboy's plump ass, he was able to survive for all 3 days of the festival, after which he immediately died. Democritus further proves that in life, all that matters is getting that bread. And fucking your sister. Maybe, I don't know, I really wasn't paying attention. Philetas of Kos was a Greek intellectual who died in the exact same way that I will. He studied arguments and incorrect grammar so intensely that he eventually starved to death. Glad to know I'm not the only one preparing to launch into a 6-hour and 49-minute long roast on each and every person I've ever met as I'm finally succumbing to the Grim Reaper's cold, icy touch. Okay, let's get a bit more hair on our chest and testicles in our sack. Let's talk about another badass death. Greek philosopher Zeno of Citium was going about his merry way, probably having just finished exchanging his casual anal sex hellos with an ancient Greek friend of his, when he tripped, fell, and broke his toe. He then slammed his fist into the ground and screamed, "I come! I come! Why dost thou call for me?" Then he held his breath until he died. Now call that what you want, because I'm gonna call it not going out like a punk bitch. And hey, fucking finally, it's another person not from ancient Greece, which means I'm gonna butcher this name even worse. Qin Shi Huang was the first emperor of China. Silly Westerners like you, me, and anyone watching this who somehow could sneak a VPN under Xi Jinping's nose might recognize him as the emperor who has the terracotta army in his tomb. Qin Shi Huang thought that the secret to eternal life was the wonderful elixir known as mercury. He even had mercury placed inside pills so he could swallow handfuls of them in a bid to achieve immortality. Wow.
Oh no.
I wonder how that worked out.
Oh no.
Hey, what's the name of this video again? Greek philosopher Crispy Lips, also known as Chrysippus, died of laughter after he saw a donkey eating figs. In between hysterics, he said someone should bring the donkey wine to wash down his meal with. I don't get it. I don't get I don't get how that's that funny. What's so funny about a donkey eating fig?
This guy's so silly.
Okay, I get it. Claudius Drusus was one of the sons of Roman Emperor Claudius, and he died while playing with a pear. You know, the fruit. He threw it way up in the air and said, "Yo guys, check this out, it's my impression of your mother." Whereupon he leaned back and tried to deep throat the pear on re-entry. Little did he know he didn't have nearly the throat dexterity nor rigorous sucking stamina of your mother, so he promptly choked on the pear and died. If the story were instead about suffocating between a huge pair of titties, then it would be the inverse tale of how I died choking on your mother. Tiberius was a Roman emperor for a while, and he died a poor-ass bitch just like all of us will one day. The moment he died, the next Roman emperor was being sworn in. But what's this? Tiberius wasn't fucking dead! He actually actually managed to revive back to life, and everybody freaked the fuck
Stabbed
out.
him?
There was genuine chaos as everyone flipped out that Tiberius would enact swift fucking vengeance on everyone so hasty to name the next emperor immediately after he died. Pandemonium erupted amongst everyone who was gathered around his deathbed, which is when Macro, an elite Empire guard named after what true hardcore gamers used to make their WoW raids a little less tedious, took the opportunity to smother Tiberius with his pajamas, and finally ushering in the reign of a much more straightforward ruler, Caligula.
Oh no.
2 apostles of Jesus died in some pretty fucked up ways just for being friends with Jesus. It's pretty standard Christian knowledge that Peter chose to be crucified upside down because he didn't believe he was worthy of being crucified the same way as his savior was. But maybe a bit more fun to talk about is Simon the Zealot. Simon the Zealot was also hung upside down, but instead of being crucified, he was viciously sawed in half, starting with his cock and testicles. Yeah, they don't teach you that one too often in Bible camp, do they?
Oh, that's fucked.
St. Lawrence I already covered in my even more unusual last meals and words video. I will link that in the description. Long story short, if you don't want to support me by watching more of my amazing content, St. Lawrence was sentenced to be killed by being roasted alive on a giant grill. After cooking for a bit, he joked with his tormentors, "Turn me over, I'm done on this side." This earned him the title of patron saint of cooks, chefs, and comedians, and my goddamn respect. Marcus of Arethusa was a Christian bishop who wanted to go out as a martyr like all the big boys of Christianity. His choice of sacrificial death was to be suspended in a honey-smeared basket until bees and wasps stung him to death.
But why,
oh my god,
though?
they Winnie the Pooh'd his fucking ass. Pooh'd his fucking ass. And finally, Valentinia I was a Roman emperor and a second historical man who tried to die the same way that I will eventually. He had a stroke caused by getting too angry with foreign ambassadors. Does that make me a racist? Maybe, but I'm still alive. Take that, you stupid fucking foreign ambassadors.
My god.
Alright, let's
I would have
just get
thought he
into
would
it
said
this
something
time.
like,
There's a
I hope
list
I
on
go out by
Wikipedia
being
called
smothered
The
by a
List
giant pair of
Unusual
titties,
Death,
but...
And I'm reading through all of it so I can
Hi,
talk about the ones I
baby.
find particularly
Oh, I have
On
muted
this
the
topic,
man
I
again.
discussed the antiquity era of the list, and for this video, I'm going to be tackling the Middle Ages. I'll meet you at my desk.
No, you won't.
Cut away.
Alright, let's see here. What do we got? Foreign fast food. Yes, that's the one.
Americans like to think that they own the junk food game.
I
After all,
mean...
America has given the world Spam, pickled pig's feet, and even deep-fried butter. But it
Oh my
turns
God,
out
though.
the rest of the world is
Hi, you
just
wanna
as
come
into
up here?
abominable food concoctions that
wanna
sound
come up
almost
here?
good enough to eat. They're just not as loud and proud about it as America is. Today, we're discussing some of the strangest items found at American fast food chains all over the world.
Yeah, it was pretty
But
good.
before we scour the earth for some potential culinary crimes,
oh,
why
careful.
not subscribe to the Weird History Food channel? And leave us a comment letting us know what other
I have the
mind-boggling
cat.
menu items you'd like to hear about next.
You gonna say hi?
Okay, time to sink our teeth into some tasty treats?
You wanna say
let's
hi?
go with tasty. Wait. Don't close out of the video just yet. It may seem like we're coming out of the gates swinging with McDonald's Nutella burger, but allow us
Did you have to hunt down
explain.
Jasmine to get her to hang
Well,
with
your
you?
first
No.
reaction may be a mixture
No.
of confusion,
She's been
revulsion, and, let's face
incredibly
it, joy.
loving
We're happy to tell you that beef,
and
onions, pickles,
affectionate
and condiments
ever
have nothing
since
to do
we
with
started
this
increasing
burger.
her potassium,
So you can rest
and she's
assured
like
that
not in too
McDonald's
much pain
is not
anymore.
sanctioning a chocolate hazelnut spread on a
No,
slab
you're
of meat.
not. No,
Yet.
you're not.
Instead, the burger is
So
removed
now,
completely from the equation.
Whenever
and
I'm working
replaced
at my
with the
desk, it won't
smooth,
take her too long.
hazelnutty
She comes
goodness
up and
of
she's like,
Nutella.
hey,
And
let me up.
apparently,
And I
it's
have to
really
pick her up
tasty.
and I have to put her
The
in my
sandwich,
lap.
called Sweetie
Otherwise, she
Con
just
Nutella,
stands
was released in
behind me.
2016
Otherwise, she
and
just
is
stands
only
behind
available
me
in
like,
Italy,
Mom?
where Nutella was born.
Mom?
More of a dessert burger
She's so
or
cute.
dessertger, the Sweetie Con Nutella has been gobbled up by many excited
Sounds to me like you
Italians
had to go
since
pretty
its
far away just to
inception.
get her.
While
Just
it
had to
is
turn
not
her
the
out.
healthiest
She's
thing
just,
to get from
she's
McDonald's,
just heavy.
Nobody goes to McDonald's for health food.
She's
and the
just a
snack
heavy
is
little
about as
girl.
popular
Yes,
as
she
Nutella,
is.
which is to say, people go totally nuts for it.
I
Or
have
should that
to.
be, they go hazelnuts for it.
Excuse me one
Oh,
second.
yeah, that felt good. While it seems pretty cocky to name your French fries
Cheese
world-famous
brick?
fries, it is hard to argue that McDonald's best-selling items are the most famous fried spuds
But
on
no,
the planet. But it may surprise you to learn that in Italy,
I had to
you can
like
opt
schedule
out of
her
fries
appointment for
altogether
surgery
and
today.
Instead request a nice old hunk of Parmesan cheese.
Ooh,
That's right. Italy's most sought-after
Parmesan.
side dish to the McDonald's burger is not the French fry, nor the onion ring. It is the snack al Parmigiano, a small block of pure Parmigiano Reggiano
I'd be
cheese
all over
in a
that.
handy pouch. Dubbed the pocket cheese, this tasty and sort of healthy alternative to fries is available upon request for anyone feeling cheesy enough to try it. Oh yeah, that one.
But yeah, I had to schedule her surgery,
Pizza has
and
seen its fair share of toppings
next
over the
week
years. From old
I
standards
have
like
to
extra
take
cheese
her
and pepperoni to
all
more
the
unusual
way
fare like
several
pineapple and
cities
jalapeno.
over
We're always looking for something new to toss
to
onto a
get
pizza.
to deliver her
But
to
there
the
is a menu
surgeon
item that
at
turns the whole paradigm
7:45 in the
upside
morning.
down
You gotta
by
be
leaving the
there at
toppings where they
7:45 in the
are and
morning. Do you have
instead
any idea how
makes its
early we
changes
have to
from the
leave?
bottom up. Meet the
Do you have any idea
a
how
portmanteau
early
of
we
pizza
have to
and chicken.
leave?
That'll make sense in a second. Now,
We
pizza
have to
and
be on
chicken
the
are
road at
hardly
like
strangers.
6:45. I sleep around then.
Both buffalo and barbecue chicken are popular pizza toppings that steadily increase in popularity the more drunk you and your friends are while ordering. But Kentucky
Fair.
Fried Chicken locations in Singapore and Saudi Arabia came up with a new way of wetting chicken to za.
Early morning driving,
Instead of
yeah.
traditional pizza dough,
I guess I'm not. There was unfortunately just no other time to get her in. Like they offered, like, do you want to do 7, 7:30, or 7:45? I'm like, oh.
Like a seldom talked
Okay.
about cousin of chicken parmesan.
So
the
I gotta
pizza
drop
differs
her
by
off
using
there
other
at
common pizza
7:45 and
toppings
then
such
come
as
back,
pineapple chunks
and
ham.
she's
So more
gonna
like a cousin
be
who refuses
there.
to stop wearing
Bonsoir.
Tommy Bahama shirts.
Take care.
Around here, we call that a hero.
But yeah,
We'll stay in Singapore
she'll be
this
there
next
for like
one
a
because,
day,
you can believe it,
maybe a
there
day
is
or
still
two,
stranger
and then she'll
pizza to
come
be had
home.
there. The Pizza Huts in Singapore carry
They're gonna
a
take out
reputation
your
for exquisite
tumor.
and fantastical
Yeah, they
pizzas.
are. They're gonna
But
take
much
out
like
your
a
little
menu item designed
friend.
by rapper and TV
I should
star
ask if they'll like
exhibit,
take a
the pizza
picture
we're
of it for
talking
me.
about
That'd be really
features a
cool.
Pizza inside a pizza. Pizception. The double sensation pizza seems like the kind of innovation only America could dream up. But make no mistake, it's a Singapore exclusive. Here's how the pizza works. Much like Pizza Hut's stuffed crust pizza, the double
When did I
sensation
get a
has
dot
crust
there?
jam-packed with assorted cheeses on a typical supreme pizza. However, as you make your way down the
Weird.
slice, you are treated to a second pizza halfway through the first, complete with its own crust full of
I don't know
cheese
about
and
that.
sausage. Finally, as you
It's
make your
too
way
hot
to the center
outside
of the
these
pie,
days. It's
you're
been very
greeted with a
hot.
final
I
level of
agree.
Toppings featuring a red stemmed cherry. Yeah, a cherry. Just like the movie Inception,
A
the
cherry?
double sensation pizza does everything it can to prevent you from guessing how it ends.
Our summers
And
are
after
always
putting one
hot.
away, you're still
I've
sitting
never
there
had a
like
cool summer
profusely
before,
sweaty Dom Cobb
but
telling yourself
I
you need
do
to go
wish that
even
we had
deeper,
gotten more
maybe
rain.
order two,
Like, we haven't
and
had a
pile them on
lot.
top of
And
each
every time
other.
we have had rain, I've been at work.
You
I
know
want
what
it to
they
rain
say,
while I'm
the seaweed is always
asleep.
greener in somebody else's
Get that
cave.
really
Maybe I'm
good
getting that wrong,
REM
but it
sleep
is a saying
going.
that rings true for anyone who has ever been to a Dunkin' Donuts in China. Walk into any Dunkin' Donuts in Shanghai and you can find donuts with glaze icing or chocolate sauce, or if you're feeling frisky, dried pork and seaweed. Sometimes called the pork floss donut, the confection gives exactly what it promises. Crumbles of pork floss and sprinkles of dried seaweed. See, you can use the pork floss to get the seaweed sprinkles out of your teeth. If you think those
Let's
flavors
see.
might clash with the classic taste of the donut, do not fret. The actual donut composition is slightly different from the standard treat. It's made with yeast and with much less sugar. The end result is more of a small, savory breakfast meal than it is a sweet on-the-go
I do
snack.
love pork floss,
No wonder
though.
there's an accompanying cup of porkweed coffee. Pumpkin spice season comes but once a year for several months. To capitalize on this fall frenzy, Japanese McDonald's locations found a way
Gross.
to incorporate the spice to their menus. Now, chocolate-covered fries are already a staple on Japanese menus year-round.
Okay,
because,
that's-
of course they are, and
Huh.
we demand to know when those are making their way to the States. McDonald's decided to balance
It's just
the
instinct to
saltiness
go
and
to
the
bed when
sweet
it's
to
storming.
perfection by adding pumpkin spice
It's
to the
so
mix.
good, though. It's so
Dubbed
good to be
the
asleep
Halloween
when it's
Choco Potato
storming.
Fries, the side dish is served on a tray and drizzled with chocolate and pumpkin sauces. Apparently, the treat is
I never
extremely
sleep as
tasty
good as
and
I
has
do when it's
garnered
raining.
many positive reviews. So much so that the Choco Potato Fries have reappeared on Japanese menus every October for the past several years. It's the perfect spooky treat to pair with that terrifying clown who's always hanging around that place. While we're snacking in Japan, it seems important that we stop by Burger King as well.
Why did I put that on that layer?
To the Kuro burgers.
I'm an idiot.
Kuro literally means black. Something that should become obvious the second someone plops this burger noir in front of you. That's because the bun and the cheese of the burger are both jet black, like a sandwich has been moonlighting as
squid ink, right?
In the 19th century. This tall, dark, and handsome burger
I want to try one of those.
The burger bun black. Squid ink is then added to further darken the bun until it resembles an Imperial probe droid.
Yeah, I want to try squid ink pasta.
Charcoal, so each slice comes out as black as the bun. The remaining ingredients are left their natural color, giving the whole shebang an eye-catching look.
It looks so
dusky
good.
delights were so eye-catching that it started a small feud between Japanese McDonald's and Burger King. Each chain had their own
The
black
Halloween
burger.
Whopper,
McDonald's
yeah,
upping the
for a
ante
brief
by
time that
launching
was like, I
an
guess in the
all-white
States and I
burger.
never saw it. I'm so
Taco
sad.
Bell is not afraid to change up their recipes from time to time, especially with a humble quesadilla. Bells in the Philippines stuff their quesadillas with Cheetos. South Korean Taco Bells throw in a little kimchi. And Taco Bell Finland crams a heaping helping of barbecue pork in with the melted cheese. But UK Taco Bell saw all these wacky mashups and said, hold my sauce. Not to be outdone in the crazy quesadilla game, they invented the Kit Kat Chocodilla, a chocolatey version of the standard quesadilla we've all
That's a
come to
new
know
one.
and love. The treat is made by melting
Oh,
entire
damn it.
Kit Kat bars and chocolate chips between Taco Bell's usual flour tortillas. And that's
Katina
it.
Clown
No beef,
Cart with you
salsa,
as the
no
host
cheese
is
may
primarily a
apply.
food-based
The result is a
podcast.
tasty quesadilla-style
That
snack
is
with a
not a bad
satisfying Kit Kat
idea, but
crunch,
I would
like a
kind of
dessert
worry
tortilla.
that it's a
Taco
little
Bell
bit
seems
too
to have
close to
conquered the
too many
salty versus sweet
cooks.
combination.
But it could be
And
really
fans
fun to
couldn't
do
be
as like
happier.
an idea
The
for
treat
the
is so
episode to
successful, in
like
fact,
go
that it
out
has
and
expanded its
try
reach to the US
different
and is
foods.
currently available in the Midwest, where you can
Like
grab
have
the
that as a
Kit Kat
theme
or
for the
Twix
episode.
version. Anybody up for a road trip?
We're going to
When
the
their ice
cantina,
cream machine
everybody.
isn't broken, you can spend a hot summer day enjoying McDonald's ice cream sundaes. Traditionally, these frozen treats come in classic chocolate, buttery caramel, and sweet strawberry. But if those flavors seem a bit
caramel.
tired and mild to you, just hop on a plane and head over to Hong Kong, where you can enjoy McDonald's Tabasco Fudge Sundae. Yeah, you heard that right. Tabasco and ice
Okay,
cream
that's a new
together
one.
At last, and on purpose. Tabasco and McDonald's got together for a collaboration a few years back, with the expectation being that McDonald's would combine their time-honored burgers and sandwiches with Tabasco sauce. And the idea worked. Kind of. Instead of the expected Tabasco-filled burgers and Tabasco-garnished fries making the cut, the long-shot Tabasco sundae wound up stealing the show. Unlike the traditional chocolate sundaes at McDonald's, the Tabasco is not drizzled on top, but rather blended right into the ice cream. Putting
Okay.
an inescapably fiery spin on the classic dessert. Like a prank one would play on your younger brother. The coolness of the ice cream mixed with the spicy sauce quickly became a fan favorite. If you want to send your taste buds on the most confusing ride of their lives, we know a little place in Hong Kong you should try. Back when Windows 7 launched in 2009, Microsoft wanted to promote it
Oh
with something
God, I
tangible
remember
you could
that.
hold in your hands, like a window, or barring that, a big-ass burger. We're talking, of
You're
course, about the
kidding, right?
short-lived
A burger?
Windows 7 Whopper from Burger King, a sandwich so comically
Where
large
was
you needed
this?
considerable
I
meat
don't
hooks of your
remember
own just
this.
to handle it. It wasn't that much different from the classic Whopper,
What?
with 7 crucial differences. Instead of 1 patty, this Sammy had 7. In essence, it was just a gigantic hamburger. Outside of the number 7, it had absolutely nothing to do with Windows 7, except for the fact that both products were extremely difficult to eat. Honestly,
Okay,
it would
fair.
probably be easier to eat a copy of Windows 7 than to hork down this monstrosity. As part of a tie-in with Burger King, Microsoft introduced the structurally unsound meat snack to its customers in Japan. The reviews poured in, and most were pretty lukewarm.
I mean, yeah.
The taste was not great, and the meal was an
You'd have to
expensive
have some
$15,
really good
but
meat
much of the
there to make it
attention
worth that
focused on
much.
Just how much meat you were forcing on yourself with each bite. We're sweating just looking at that thing. On top of that, there were only enough veggies to cover the topmost patty, and there was absolutely no cheese, which I believe is
No
against the law.
cheese?
The dripping grease from all that meat overwhelmed any other flavors and soaked the whole thing into a mushy heap. This turned the
Ugh.
Windows 7 burger from a flashy,
Brother,
overpriced but appealing
ugh.
gimmick into a convoluted mess with a tendency to self-implode. Well, kind of like Windows 7. Now the promotion makes sense. The promotion only lasted for 1 week, but we're still holding out hope that Burger King will release an update to upgrade it to the Whopper 10 or Whopper 11. So what do you think? Which one of these menu items would you try? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other weird history food videos.
There we go. That is too much. That is too much meat. Spicy ice cream sounds like it'd be an LSD trip for your mouth. I've heard of like different. So like I've heard of people putting soy sauce on ice cream before. So it's not
diamonds are
too weird
sadly, not all McDonald's
of a concept for me, but I also don't particularly care much for Tabasco.
And just plain bad ideas have doomed many would-be Big Macs to the big menu in the sky. But every single one of them was beloved by somebody. So today, we're going to take a look at some discontinued McDonald's menu items people never forgot. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. After that, please leave a comment and let us know what other fast food favorites you would like to hear about. Okay, somebody keep an eye out for the Hamburglar. He probably has half of these stashed in his car. Originally tested in select markets in California, the Big and Tasty first dropped in 1997 and then went nationwide in the year 2000 as part of a promotional tie-in with Disney's California Adventure theme park in Anaheim.
That's not what I wanted.
As its size-oriented name might suggest, the Big
Good
and
job
Tasty
fucking
was
it up,
intended to be a
clown.
direct competitor for Burger King's Whopper, but it never really took off and was discontinued in the US in 2011. However, if you desperately need a fix, the Big and Tasty is still available on select US military bases. All you have to do to get one is enlist. When McDonald's first introduced their now iconic Chicken McNuggets, consumers could dip them in one of 4 sauces: barbecue, sweet and sour, honey, and hot mustard.
There we go.
For McNuggets, time marches on. And in 2011, the fast food giant introduced some new varieties, including sweet chili, honey mustard, spicy buffalo, and creamy ranch. With all the new options, it was decided that some of the old ones should move on. And with that, hot mustard sauce was slowly phased out, being completely
not the hot
discontinued
mustard
in 2014.
Or was it?
Turns out, while the sauce was removed from McDonald's menus nationally,
I can hear
it's
the
still
other
available
baby
in select
crying.
markets, apparently at the whim of your local McDonald's owner.
Yes, sweetie, you've already had treats. You don't need more.
In 1988, and then joining the menu on a more permanent basis.
She's like, yes, I do.
Chicken selects were essentially
Feed me,
McDonald's
bitch.
version of chicken fingers. Despite being offered with sauces like spicy buffalo, creamy ranch, honey mustard, consumers didn't seem too hot on picking this chicken. They undersold.
Oh wait, I already
nationally
have
and were
one.
deleted from the US menu in
There we go.
2013.
That
In the
is
summer
not
of
symmetrical
1987,
though.
McDonald's decided, purely from the goodness of their hearts, to offer consumers the chance to supersize their meal with an extra-large drink and side of fries. Americans do love more, but McDonald's supersized menu items officially bit the dust in 2004 after lackluster sales. A need to trim what it considered to be a bloated menu, and public clamor for healthier options brought it back down to size. Won't anyone think of the fries?
Oh, bye, sweetie.
Originally introduced in the Midwest in 1985 and nationally in 1988, the cheddar melt is basically a quarter pounder topped with onions sauteed with butter, teriyaki
Like you can
sauce,
talk
and
about how
cheddar cheese
cotton
sauce
candy
on a
was
rye bun.
made or
That,
other carnival
actually sounds
staples.
pretty good. It was last seen in 2004 and briefly again in 2014.
You're not wrong. You're not
but as
wrong.
of 2023, it remains off the menu. Introduced in 2009, the Angus Burger,
To the hour
also
of
known as the
snack?
Angus Third Pounder,
Oh, what are you
which is
having
often
over
shouted
there,
at
Sut?
drive-thru
What
speakers,
kind of
is
snacks
part
you
of a
got?
long series of attempts to market higher-end menu items. But it seems like the public just isn't interested in buying fancy food from McDonald's. You can only spend so much money on a cheeseburger until you start wondering why you're buying it from a clown. The Angus Burger was put out to pasture.
Why are you buying it from a
2013.
clown? What are you saying? Clowns
Although
can't
it's a
sell
staple of their
burgers?
menu now, there was a time when walking into a McDonald's and asking for a salad would have gotten you on the news, or perhaps thrown in jail. That would explain why some of Mickey D's early attempts at serving healthier options just didn't work, like the McSalad Shakers, which were
Oh, I remember
basically just
these.
salads in a cup. Despite the good intentions, these precursors
Oh,
to
it was actually
McDonald's
referring to your
premium
kitties.
salads,
No,
which
they
came
don't
in
need more
3
snacks.
flavors,
They already
Chef,
had
Grilled Chicken
snacks.
Caesar, and Garden,
But I'm
were
drinking
discontinued
dewberry
in
soda and having some
2009 due to
cheese.
lackluster
My
sales.
fucking coffee! I forgot it again. Damn
BLT
it.
stands for bacon, lettuce, and tomato, and it's one of the most famous sandwiches
Damn
in the universe. The
it.
McDLT stood for a McDonald's lettuce and tomato sandwich, and is only remembered by those who experienced it. Wait, shouldn't it be an MLT? Introduced in 1984, the meat and bottom half of the McDLT were prepared separately from the top half, which included the lettuce, tomato, American cheese, pickles, and sauces. Both were then
Oh, what was I
packaged into a
doing?
specially designed
Damn it,
two-sided
clown.
styrofoam container.
That's
to
why
be
you
assembled
had
when you were
that.
ready to eat. The problem was, that container was worse for the environment than a McOil spill. The company discontinued the weirdly named burger in 1991. Now considered one of the biggest product flops of all time, the Arch Deluxe was McDonald's attempt to sell a burger for adults. The burger was made with high-end ingredients, including a 1/4 pound of beef on a potato flour bun, bacon, leaf lettuce, tomato, American cheese, onions, ketchup, a secret mustard, and mayonnaise sauce. But
What's a
despite
secret
spending
mustard?
the modern equivalent of over $500 million on its introductory advertising campaign, more than any fast food company had ever spent to promote a menu item, the burger never took off with the public and was discontinued in 2000.
Oof.
The Son of Mac was a single patty version of the Big Mac, kind of like hamburger training wheels, for the Big Mac version of a Whopper Jr. That, as the name implies, most people who want a Big Mac want it, well, big. Possibly for that reason, the Son of Mac never really caught on in the US. It was sold in Australia and New Zealand for a while, but has since been discontinued in those markets as well. But hope springs eternal. The little burger no one wanted is still sold in Canada, having found its niche as the Kids Mac.
Oh, would you look at that?
Traditionally, a triple-double is when a basketball player gets 10 or more points, assists, and rebounds in a single game. But McDonald's left many a sports fan confused when its triple-double burger had nothing to do with basketball and everything to do with Batman. The superheroic sandwich consisted of 3 beef patties and 2 slices of cheese, served on the same type of sesame seed roll used for the McRib, and was released as part of a promotion for the
McRib.
1995 blockbuster Batman Forever. That's
The McRib.
So why was it called a triple-double when the whole point of the sandwich was to promote Batman? Well, McDonald's probably figured no one would want to order something called a Bat Burger. Whatever the case, it was
Yes, they
discontinued after the
would.
movie left
You
theaters in the
fools.
late summer of
You fucking
1995.
fools.
What do you get when you cross a chicken McNugget with an onion ring? You get one of McDonald's very early attempts to please vegetarians, the Onion Nugget. They were exactly
The
what they claimed to
Onion
be,
Nugget.
onion rings in a convenient nugget shape. To this day, no one exactly knows why they disappeared from test markets in the 1970s, but that's given them an air of mystery and a cult following among fast food enthusiasts.
I mean, would it be that bad?
McDonald's attempted
Surely
to expand
not.
their breakfast offerings and cash in on the growing market for breakfast bagels by releasing 3 delicious varieties: a ham, egg, and cheese bagel, a steak, egg, and cheese bagel, and the Spanish omelet bagel, which included sausage, pepper jack, and American cheese, and an egg stuffed with onions and peppers. That's pretty early in the morning to book a guaranteed trip to the restroom. Another poor seller, the Spanish omelet bagel was banished from the menu during the early 2000s. Not to be confused with McWings, a similar product that is still sold at many international McDonald's locations. Mighty Wings weren't a big seller for the fast food giant. In fact, after rolling out the bone-in chicken wings with spicy breading in 2013, franchises were
So what's a
forced to sell
dewberry soda
millions of
taste like
discount
anyways?
wings just to get rid of them all. Sounds like a mighty failure and a mighty pain in the ass. The Big 33/McJordan Special was a 1/4 pounder with bacon and special barbecue sauce named after basketball players Larry Bird or Michael Jordan, depending on where you were eating one. In some parts of the country, it was called the McJordan Special in honor of Jordan, and in other places, it was called the Big 33 in honor of Bird's jersey number, presumably because the McBird Special just sounds like you're about to eat a McDonaldland character. It was ultimately discontinued in
Well, I mean.
1982, but a 20-year-old jug of the barbecue sauce sold on eBay for just a hair under $10,000.
Ew! 20 years? You can't eat
Borrowing
that?
its name from another discontinued menu item,
Unless
Chicken
you're
McBites,
intending to,
Fish
like, steal the
McBites were basically
recipe.
just nugget-sized pieces of the McDonald's Filet-O-Fish served with tartar sauce.
Oh
So it was
my
like eating a
God.
fried fish patty your parents had to cut up for you. Introduced in February of 2013, the menu item that was also called by the equally bad but also more fun name, Fish McDippers, sold so poorly that they were discontinued by April of 2013. In 1979, the first Star Trek movie hit theaters, AC/DC released the album Highway to Hell, and McDonald's released the chopped beef steak sandwich. Despite being described as the best sandwich McDonald's ever produced, this oblong burger on a bun with onions and barbecue sauce disappeared in the early 1980s. So what happened? Well, the burger, which was served with the side of onion nuggets and only available between 4 and 9 p.m., cost $1.29 at a time that a regular burger set you back 40 cents. Nobody wants to
that's a lot of
paying
money.
extra for onion nuggets. Maybe that's why they only sold them at night. The McPizza was created to compete directly with
the
Domino's and
McPizza!
Pizza Hut, and in that sense, it was a pretty dramatic failure. But the problem with pizza, if indeed pizza can have a problem, is that it takes a while to prepare. Since most people who opt for fast food want their food fast, this item never really caught on with customers, and it was discontinued by around 2000. Except, for some reason or another, it's still available at a single location in Orlando, Florida. Maybe Nikki likes it. Introduced in 1993, the McLobster was a lobster roll served in a hot dog bun with shredded lettuce and something called lobster sauce. At nearly $6,
Hi, sweetie, what's
McLobster
up?
was too expensive for the average McDonald's customer because spending too much on food is the precise experience a McDonald's customer is trying to avoid. It was discontinued nationally in 2017, but occasionally
You've already
services
had
in the
treats,
New
you're not
England and
having any
Atlantic
more.
Canadian regions, where lobster is more abundant and less expensive. Similar to their brief flirtation with Mexican food, McDonald's also briefly tried getting it on with Asian cuisine in the form of Shanghai McNuggets. But the company didn't really put their heart into the relationship. The Shanghai McNuggets were essentially just regular McNuggets sold with sweet and sour sauce, hot mustard, teriyaki sauce, a fortune cookie, and chopsticks. It was discontinued in the late 1980s. In the 1990s, McDonald's introduced
Pet the cat, but she's so far away.
And the McLean Deluxe
I have to
was the
walk
Golden
across the
Arches attempt at a healthy
room.
burger, which contained ketchup, mustard, pickles, tomato, a lettuce leaf, and a reduced fat patty, all in a bakery-style roll. And thanks to ingredients like seaweed and other additives, the sandwich was 91% fat-free. But part of the experience of going to McDonald's is ordering something that could stop your heart like a traffic light. So the McLean Deluxe was discontinued in 1996 after flopping with the public. The whole deluxe line followed in 2000. McSoup was essentially Campbell's soup in a McDonald's cup, and well, that's pretty much all there is to it. It came in 2 flavors, chicken noodle and broccoli and cheese, and was served only at certain times of the year in colder climates. Locations in places like Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Portugal still make soups available to customers, albeit very different ones. But American consumers have been forced to go McSoupless ever since this one disappeared from the menu.
Oh, soup. I love soup.
This cheeseburger that had a slice of pineapple where a beef patty would normally be was created as a vegetarian option for persons who didn't eat meat on Fridays. McDonald's CEO Ray Kroc thought this meatless burger would be way more
That's just a
popular
huge
than
chunk
the
of
filet fish, and he bet a
pineapple.
fortune of money on it. But when he normally had a pretty sharp business sense, this is a bet he lost. McDonald's voted with their wallets, and the filet-o-fish soundly trumped the McHula.
Oh, thank God.
Mixed spaghetti included pasta, marinara sauce,
Oh, that looks
meatballs, and a
sad.
cheese topping. It hung around until the 1980s, at which point it was discontinued
That looks so
everywhere
fucking
except
sad.
Orlando, Florida. Wait, really? What is it with that place? There's also a mixed spaghetti on the menu in the Philippines, but that one is actually a completely different dish.
Yeah, okay,
During
that
the
looks
90s,
good,
McDonald's
though.
considered bringing the product back. They tested mixed spaghetti in a few select markets and discovered, much like with McPizza, consumers weren't biting. Ray Kroc hated hot dogs. Why? Because according
The
to
McSkinny
Kroc,
does
you
look
never
sad,
really know
yeah.
what's in a hot dog's skin. He hated them so much, he banned them from ever being sold at his restaurants.
He
But
banned
he made
them.
one crucial mistake. He didn't live forever. After Kroc's passing, McHotdogs found
Oh
their
yeah,
way
that is a
into
crucial
markets,
mistake. That is
only
on
to fail
him.
miserably. They haven't been seen on a McMenu since the late 90s. Ray may have been onto something. So what do you think? Did you like any of these discontinued favorites? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other videos from Weird History Food.
Menu for a nickel. The creation was a hit and helped Tony and his wife Rose open the original Tony Paco's restaurant in 1935. The Paco profile grew more prominent over the years.
I guess it doesn't matter.
1972, actor Burt
Well,
Reynolds
I'll
stopped for
put the
dinner
I'll
and
put the
famously
cape layer
autographed a hot dog
behind
bun,
the model.
starting a tradition that blossomed into Tony Paco's wall of autographed hot dog buns, with signatures from Jimmy Carter to George Carlin. The show MASH also helped Paco's popularity with Corporal Klinger, played by native Toledoan Jamie Farr, who would mention Tony Paco's in seemingly every episode. Today, at any
Oh,
of
wait,
several
that's
Toledo
right.
area locations, you can get a Paco's original topped with mustard, onions, and famous sauce for $4. Shredded cheese extra. Rhode Islanders are proud of their hot wiener, and honestly, in the right mind wouldn't say the same thing. They consider it as much a culinary staple as cheesesteaks are to Philly. Weenie joint owners across the state agree that the dish
That's
originated
right.
at the
That's why
original
I
New
had
York
this
System
layer.
Eatery at 424 Smith Street in Providence. While many
Totally
other
planned
hot
this
dogs contain a
out.
mixture of processed ingredients, hot wieners contain only beef, pork, veal, spices, and a single preservative. Homestead Baking Company of East Providence almost single-handedly supplies buns to all Rhode Island. No matter where Link lovers go,
God damn it, that's a lot of buns,
ordering
though.
a hot wiener all the way always includes a steamed bun, signature frank, mustard, meat sauce, celery salt.
See, that's
and
almost too
onions.
much red, but at the same time, we've got a lot of
While
brown in the
Alaska's
rest of the
reindeer
outfit.
Dogs are trendy. They're not solely composed of the meat of a particular hooved mammal
Maybe I should
that may
just-
or may not pull Santa's sleigh.
Maybe I
Although
should have
these
it match the
days totally ruled
sleeves.
it out. Along with meat from the caribou, the North American term for wild reindeer, these franks also contain pork and beef. Local eateries serve them with Coca-Cola deglazed onions. cream
See,
cheese
though,
and
if I do
mustard.
that, it's gonna
Sometimes
blend in with her
kitchen egg ketchup and
sleeves.
relish. Although native to Alaska, the reindeer links are so beloved that versions can be found in
The
other
red's
cities,
kind of my only
Denver
option.
and Portland.
Unless I want to bring another version of it in.
Despite its name, the Texas Tommy was invented in Pottstown, Pennsylvania in the 1940s. Apparently another Lone Star wannabe. The dog is grilled over medium heat and contains a slice of bacon, pepper jack cheese, and peppers inside a toasted or warmed bun. Additional acceptable condiments include ketchup and mustard, and adventure seekers can even get a hitched version, which features macaroni poured on top. Because the
Cool.
best dogs do sound like a dare. The Italian hot dog, served on thick pieces of pizza dough bread instead of a traditional bun, as it's
Pizza dough bread.
It's a hit, and patrons swarmed the stand for what had become one of the city's top 10 things to do. Soon after, carts across Seattle began selling the local specialty, many substituting standard buns for the bagel sticks. Fish cakes on hot dogs have a long history in Philadelphia.
go.
Though these days it's a bit of a throwback. John
Hey,
owner of the city's
Obsidious!
most popular
How are
fish
you,
dog combo
Hein?
spot, reports that mainly old-timers
Good morning.
and some adventurous younger folk order the dish. The tradition of topping dogs with fish
Everybody,
cakes,
Obsidious
a cod potato
Noir.
blend, began in 1895 and evolved over
Obsidious
the years as
Noir,
local
everybody
eateries
else in
added their
chat?
spin. The most typical additional topping is pepper hash, made from cabbage,
Pepper
chopped red
hash.
bell peppers, and apple cider vinegar.
Okay, you lost
Onions
me.
and brown mustard also usually made
Hate
from
apple
carrots.
cider vinegar. The KC Reuben.
Hot dog lovers can get an authentic Reuben dog, a spin-off from a classic Reuben sandwich, only in Kansas City. Originally created for Kauffman Stadium, home of the Kansas City Royals in Missouri, Reuben dogs can also be found in the city of the same name across the state line in Kansas. As its name suggests, a Reuben dog boasts corned beef, sauerkraut, melted cheese, caraway seeds, and a load of Thousand Island dressing. So what do you think?
Huh.
Which of these dogs is your
Thousand
favorite?
Island,
Let
huh?
us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, check out some of these other videos from Weird
Look, I'm not
History
saying it'd be
Food.
bad. Doing good, prepping to go to work. Oh, fun. Always fun. Prepping to go to work. She said, totally fucking lying through her teeth. Nothing worse than going to work. Where's some actual good music that is safe that will not get my channel demonetized? That 9 to 5 Snoozy. I don't know what that's about down there, but... Alright, the relaxed moment. Are you actually copyright free or... Shush. Love this music so much. I love using this for my Twitch streams. Thanks so much. Okay. Think we got a winner. Hydrate, thank you. I have again failed to go get my coffee, but whatever. We'll get there when we get there. There we go. All right. Okay, let's get started. You first, because you're going to be the most difficult thing. How do I draw a strawberry? Alright, let me take a look at these colors here. What am I looking at? Okay, they kind of look like that. Alright. Can I get maybe a better picture as a reference? Okay, that's not bad, actually. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I want to find a decent reference before I start painting. Okay. I think this one should work. I'm just gonna fucking go ham. Just feel it. If the internet will let me, I just wish to copy the image so that I may look at it. Please and thank you. Okay, not that one. Where'd the other one go? Okay. You get down here. I need you for reference. Stay there. Okay. Gonna unclip this really quick. Okay, there we go. All right, hide that thing. Clip this to that layer. And now I should be able to paint freely. Ah, legs. Okay. Let's get in there. What kind of, how do I want to paint these? Do I want them to be like more painterly or brush, watercolor, soft bleed, water brush? 1 second, I need my sketch. There we go. Okay. So... Yeesh. Girl, that was rough. What did you just do? Okay, there we go. Oh, no wonder it's rough. I'm on the pen still. Duh, confetti. That's a bit better. No, I don't like that. How do you look? You're not bad. No, I don't like that. Jesus, what the hell? Why did that lag so much? The brush isn't even... Oh, because it's a wet wash brush. I see what it's doing. It's trying to apply some interesting texture. How well does this blend with other colors, though? Not that great. Okay. Alright, clown, come on. Pull your shit together. Oh, one moment. 5-minute break, everyone. Okay, well, I just looked at the weather. Turns out there's actually like a really big storm headed this way. So I think I may call it here. I don't know. We've been streaming for almost like 2 hours, and I will be back with this, or I'll finish it off stream, but I just, in case we have to like duck into the bathroom or anything. Not saying that we will have to, but I'd rather be able to move fast if that's the case. So we're gonna raid someone. I'm gonna save first before I do that though. Okay, there we go. Let's find someone to raid. I'm always safe. I'm sure it'll pass. I'm pretty sure it won't even... Oh, hello. Get that out of here. No one needs to see that. Heck, the storm may miss us completely. It's just, I'd hate to be working and then like the entire system comes down and I lose all my work. Or we have to like, you know, get away from the windows. So, let's find somebody to raid. Marissa! Marissa's playing. Who else is playing? Gummy's playing! Okay, we haven't raided Gummy in a while. We're gonna raid Gummy. If you can hear that in the background, that is... Hey, Siren. If you can hear that in the background, that's Mr. Clown making fun of Patches. You sound like a dying cat. Oh my god. There. Okay. Gummy's playing Portal 2. Everybody be sure to tell Gummy Clown Raid. He sounds like a lot. He is a lot.
Clowning around.
You all have an absolutely lovely night. I'll be back tomorrow with a horror game. I don't know what one yet though. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.